Like, it never even got to that point of publicity. Like, no one knows who I'm talking about, and if they did, they'd be like,
can you drop it here? Is the person, is they famous? Is they...
Yeah, they definitely famous.
Things just took a sharp left for Saweetie, like screeching tires, smoke in the rear view, everyone peeking out the window. An ex-friend stepped out with a laundry basket and started shaking out every sheet in the wind. There are claims of unpaid money, messy receipts, a video of Saweetie looking sloppy in a car, and even darker allegations, substances used, witchcraft, and links to married men. She even revived the long-circulating Offset rumor before Offset himself clapped back recently to say it was never true. This all ignites when an ex-friend people online have referred to her as Maybach May steps forward and starts airing Saweetie's alleged business. The headline accusation? Money. She says she's owed and she's done being patient. But she doesn't keep it on invoices and emails. She escalates straight to the internet and spits out a string of claims designed to sting. She says Saweetie has a serious substance problem and calling her a cokehead. She implies witchcraft is part of the mix, and she alleges entanglements with married men, centering one rumor we've all heard before about Offset.
They said Stefan Diggs, right? And this the rumor. I'm not saying these facts, but this the rumor. Quavo's girl was Saweetie, right? They said Offset slept with Saweetie. That's why the Migos fell out.
To push the point, she posts a video of Saweetie in the front passenger seat, slurring and looking embarrassingly lit. The caption energy? Aggressive. Paraphrasing the tone, I see you playing internet games on Beyonce's internet, either send my money or I start speaking to the outlets about these rumors. She then adds that they spent almost a month in Africa together, and she refuses to be played about her coins. She doesn't stop there. In the same breath, she drags the alleged substance angle again, claims she was hired, and says she hasn't been paid back. For a short moment, those Instagram stories were visible, and then poof, they vanished. People ran to check as of that moment. They still followed each other, which made the whole thing feel even messier. It's one thing to blast a stranger, it's another to light up someone you still follow. Let's untangle the Offset part, because that's a rumor with mileage. The ex-friend basically nods to the long-whispered claim that Saweetie allegedly slept with Offset.
There was a song that Quavo had, and the song was called Miss. The internet was talking, and you were quiet.
I was quiet because one thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find out the truth. And you know that I was finding out that truth. If I entertain something that I know is not true on the internet, people be like, oh, it is true because you're addressing me.
Cardi B's husband and Quavo's former Migos bandmate while she was still with Quavo. Those whispers evolved into speculation that this was the real reason Migos split, pitting members and partners against each other. But recently, Offset addressed the rumor directly. He said it didn't happen flat out. He also suggested the split between him and Bro was about deeper issues, not gossip-level drama. Essentially, if you're looking for the smoking gun of why Migos fractured, he's saying this wasn't it. Even with Offset's denial, the ex-friend's angle revives the rumor with fresh insinuation, keeping Cardi B's name hovering over the narrative like a neon sign. In her follow-ups, the ex-friend fires off another shot. Send me my bread, homewrecker. And every time she pushes a message out, Cardi B's music is audibly in the background. The internet didn't miss it for a second. People called it intentional, a calculated choice to rub salt in the Offset Saweetie rumor and pull Cardi's brand right into the frame. The consensus online was, this isn't accidental background noise. It's strategic shade.
Sancho has been called the client, so Sancho was happy to pay for a US rapper.
He wanted to ball out for his babes
They
from
weren't
the bench.
babes at that point.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Pay for a girl to appear at your match.
So that he could run game. The guy's making, what, $350 a week?
Now here's where the plot flips genres. From rap rumor mill to European football tabloids. The ex-friend claims Saweetie is dating football star Jadon Sancho and goes even further. She says he got her middle name tattooed on him. Then she posts private text messages that she says are between her and Saweetie. Saweetie points out the blue bubbles, with the friend responding that messages are finally showing up again. The ex-friend tries to be friendly, suggests a Big Bear trip with the group. Notes it's only 2 hours from LA and not even that cold. Saweetie allegedly replies she's at the studio and that all her friends are out of state. Then there's a jarring pivot. Saweetie supposedly texts something like, when bees run it up on Jadon, how much are they doing in a weekend? Which people interpreted as asking what certain appearances or activities bring in when tied to Jadon's name. The ex-friend slaps on her own caption to those screenshots, going straight for Sancho, pay up. She calls him out for paying and getting tattoos for someone he barely knows. tells him to run her the money, and then drags Saweetie's career, saying she hates it, can't deliver on time, and that she just wants what she's owed.
That's photographic evidence backing the allegations currently being made by Madam Maybach May. She's at the top. This woman knows Saweetie, and she claims that she, I guess, hooked Saweetie up with this English football player or soccer player who we see here.
It's fiery and very, very pointed. As if the money and relationship drama weren't enough, the ex-friend pivots into spiritual warfare language. She reposts a quote attributed to Ari Fletcher about how voodoo won't work on her because she serves God, and she rebukes negative energy and sends it right back to the sender. It's a not-so-subtle insinuation that someone might be dabbling in witchcraft. The ex-friend also blends this with the snow talk and the car video, crafting a specific narrative: substances plus rituals plus public sloppiness. For added spice, she throws in a pop culture stew earlier. Rick James, Marina Abramovich, and T-Pain, like she's asking whether Saweetie is personally doing these things or just surrounded by those types of vibes. It's theatrical. And then, out of nowhere, there's a tongue-in-cheek aside about Vampire Odyssey, because of course the internet loves a sidebar.
I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that. You know what I mean? It was something deeper than that. I don't really want to touch on, but it's something deeper than that. I think that was just like that was a thing that was a bug that I heard.
The soccer angle grows legs. She reposts a tweet mocking the idea that Jadon Sancho could be asked to take a wage cut while simultaneously getting involved with someone who's allegedly asking for a third Birkin by Wednesday. She amplifies commentary calling him a clown for getting a tattoo and falling in love too fast. She snipes about how many people are pulling up on Jadon in a single weekend. And then the brutal comparison: he used to be mentioned in the same breath as Kylian Mbappe. Now he's being clowned like he's headed for love and hip-hop. Another line: he's an influencer who plays ball on the side. And then the kicker: if there's beef, she's not backing it. And if it blows up, blame Jadon because she's tired of giving the benefit of the doubt. There's even a travel regret flourish. He could have been in Rome with the hotties, but instead he's choosing someone who doesn't even like him. It's brutal. And for good measure, she tosses in a countdown vibe: see you at 4 p.m. Central. That line alone made people pause.
But that's crazy work.
Hey.
Act like you've been there before. Are you a club promoter? Are you the promoter of your own football club?
This is money do stuff, bro.
A booking. So this woman does this, bro.
Yeah.
A client.
She might get done for a RICO.
What was happening at 4 p.m.? A drop? A reveal? Or just bait? Either way, it kept timelines refreshing. Then we get to the logistics and the alleged business relationship. The ex-friend claims she did a lot for Saweetie. She says that she sent her to Dubai because Saweetie had never balled before and was depressed looking for a reset. She says she took her to London, Nigeria, and even booked an Australian tour. She acted as a road manager, setting up deals and appearances, including a Chelsea stadium visit to support the football team. From her perspective, she did the heavy lift, and once Saweetie got what she wanted, the payment vanished. She says she's still missing the London payment and she's done waiting. The ultimatum intensifies: pay up, cokehead, before I start naming the rest of the husbands. That phrasing sent ripple effects because it wasn't just about one married man, it hinted at more. She concludes the work log with a final straw framing. She booked the Chelsea stadium appearance, and instead of paying her, Saweetie fell for the client and told him not to pay the ex-friend. That's her claim, and it's the kind of allegation that makes people ask, okay, where are the contracts, invoices, emails? Shortly after the biggest blast, those Instagram stories disappear. Cue speculation. Did she get spooked? Did a manager or legal voice tell her to pull it down? Did someone reach out behind the scenes? Whatever the reason, the takedown doesn't deflate interest, it supercharges it. The internet goes full detective. People start archiving screenshots. Old interviews and cryptic comments resurface. There's chatter about this not being the first time someone called Saweetie shady in business or icy in loyalty. One stylist claims she wasn't credited or paid early in Saweetie's career. Someone from a glam team allegedly says Saweetie is sweet in public, but cold in private. None of this is new, but in the context of a fresh money fight, those anecdotes feel like puzzle pieces sliding into place for the people who want to believe the worst. Meanwhile, Saweetie stays silent. No statements, no tweets, nothing.
Named Jadon Sancho, and she wants a cut of the money, I believe. And the only reason why she'd want a cut is, again, if she's a madam, which means that Saweetie is a, you know what I'm saying?
People interpret silence differently. Some say guilty, others say smart. Let the lawyers handle it. Because with the allegations including drug use, witchcraft, and infidelity, one wrong public sentence can become a PR wildfire. Behind the scenes, gossip trackers claim that TMZ and the Shade Room have reached out to both sides. If that's true, it means this stopped being just Instagram mess and graduated to media inquiry territory, which raises the stakes. Does the ex-friend show receipts? Does Saweetie respond or continue to go silent and let any legal team do the talking? Does Jadon Sancho issue any kind of statement, or does he sidestep the noise entirely? The public loves a definitive answer, but so far it's a stalemate, just enough smoke to keep everyone watching. Fans started asking who this ex-friend actually is. Is she some casual hanger-on, or is she embedded? The chatter suggests she might be more than a friend, possibly someone who handled travel, bookings, and appearances, an insider. That would explain how she has private texts, a personal video, and these work-specific claims about tours and stadium appearances. If that's the case, the betrayal lands harder because it's coming from a trusted inner circle, someone close enough to be in rooms the average friend never touches. But there's another angle. People also circulated screenshots linking this same woman to past fallouts with other influencers. Allegedly, the pattern is the same. Accusations of people being fake, owing money, or dabbling in dark energy, which leads to the big question: truth teller or clout chaser? In the court of public opinion, it depends on which details you find believable and which you find messy. Saweetie's fanbase, the Icy Gang, shows up like a blizzard in her comments. Ice emojis everywhere, calling the ex-friend a liar and a bitter former assistant. They point out inconsistencies. If you were booking tours and stadium appearances, where are the contracts? If this is a London payment and you're the one coordinating, why is there no airtight paper trail? If you had all this power, why no receipts ready to post from the jump? To them, the story looks patchy. A lot of smoke, but none of the legal-looking logs that usually break cases wide open. After a burst of high-volume posts, the ex-friend shifts strategy. Less explicit, more subliminals. We're seeing quotes about betrayal, fake love, and karma spinning back. That communicates two things at once. She's still heated, but she might also be hearing footsteps. PR teams, maybe legal advisors. She says she still hasn't seen a dime, and it doesn't look like she ever will. Meanwhile, people keep asking, is she really going to TMZ, or was that just leverage to get a Zelle notification? And will Saweetie ever break the silence? One clean statement could calm the storm or blow it up depending on what it says. Let's be real about the stakes. If the ex-friend produces undeniable proof, this could tilt from messy to career-level problem. Brands don't like words like substance abuse and witchcraft in the same sentence as their ambassadors. Add in married men and you have the trifecta of bad headlines. It's not that fans can't forgive, it's that corporate partners don't enjoy confusion. If, however, the ex-friend is overplaying and can't back it up, she could nuke her own credibility. People already dug up alleged past fallouts with similar themes. If this fizzles, she might be branded as that person who goes nuclear when payments or personal relationships sour. The month in Africa claim matters because it signals closeness, extended time together, shared travel experience, and probably shared expenses and logistics. It's an intimacy marker. And the car video wasn't random. It was a strategic optic. If you won't pay, I'll make you look unserious. The video itself doesn't prove debts or contracts, but it colors the narrative. Saweetie's silence frustrates some viewers, but as a strategy, it makes sense. If legal teams are involved, or might soon be, every syllable becomes evidence. Silence stops the bleeding when a response could be twisted. And if the plan is to disprove or discredit, it's usually wiser to come with one heavy final statement rather than a thread of clapbacks that turn into more viral sound bites. Some corners of social media are piecing together her old friendships, brand deals, and abrupt fallouts to argue there's a pattern with Saweetie. Others are digging into the ex-friend's past drama to argue she has the pattern. Both sides are right about one thing. PR is perception, and perception can turn to reality faster than facts can catch up. One of the ugliest barbs tossed was the homewrecker tag, with the Cardi B soundtrack running like a highlighter. Even if Offset's denial stands, the label does damage because it taps into a pre-existing rumor and a fan-protected marriage. The term sticks because it's emotional. You don't need receipts, you just need imagination. That's why this part of the narrative has so much traction, and why a clean denial from Offset mattered. Here's where this could go next. First, receipts drop, actual contracts, bank wires, emails, or WhatsApp messages that prove money owed. deliverables met, and non-payment, which would flip the board instantly. Second, lawyers step in, whether through a cease and desist, a defamation threat, or a formal filing, chilling the subtweets fast. Third, a controlled statement lands from Saweetie, a measured paragraph that addresses the money, the video, the Sancho rumor, and the Offset rumor, while refusing to dignify the witchcraft and substance chatter. Fourth, silence continues, with the ex-friend hinting and dropping subliminals as the public drifts to the next scandal, unless someone names specific married men or posts bank numbers. And fifth, when Sancho speaks, offering a line or two to acknowledge or dismiss the tattoo rumor and his involvement, a single sentence that could collapse an entire lane of speculation. So where do you land? Do you think the ex-friend is telling hard truths that the industry wants to keep quiet? Or is this a classic case of a burned bridge and a louder megaphone? Do you believe the Offset denial closes that chapter? Or do the rumors keep life because the public loves a triangle? And what about the Jadon Sancho angle? Do you buy the tattoo talk, or is that just a spicy rumor to keep his name trending? Drop your take in the comments.